welcome to Southern Virginia University Knights Arena. I am Scotty Winterton, broadcasting this live with my partner, Skylar Johnson, and we are here to watch this men's basketball game, the Southern Virginia Knights versus the Greensboro Pride. Excellent game today in terms of the matchup. Both teams come in with similar records overall and in conference. Makes it a really big game for both these teams. The Knights and the Pride are tied at 1-3 in the conference. The number 3 team is 2-1. So this is an opportunity for the Knights, if they win, or the Pride, if they win, to jump into a possible 4th or 5th place in the conference. You're really starting to get close to March. You really need to have a strong conference record in order to make it into the conference tournament. Skylar, you've looked over these rosters and the stats. It's going to be a pretty even matchup today.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it. Evenly matched team across the board. Both teams looking to take that next step in conference play. Led for the Pride is Grayson Collins, the senior guard, averaging about 17 points a game, shoots 90% from that free throw line. Looking for a great game out of Grayson. For the Knights, it's going to be limiting his play. Connor Marchand is coming into this game leading in the conference in that three-point shot, and I'm looking forward to see him play. They got to take care of the ball. Both teams, run a similar style of play, and it's going to be a great game.
So when you look at that comparison, which I think you're spot on, Skylar, that Connor Marchand versus Grayson Collins. You mentioned Marchand. He's made the most three-pointers, 44 in conference. Also shooting a really high percentage, though, at 41%. Also, his brother, third in the conference in terms of total three-pointers made. Isaiah has made 35, shooting almost 40%, 39.8%. So the three-point line has been very friendly for the Marchand family, and I'm sure the Knights will look to capitalize on that. The Pride are coming in a little bit wounded in that Matthew Brown, their third leading scorer, averaging 12 points a game, and their leading rebounder with 7 a game, is inactive for today's game.
Yeah, it puts Malachi matched up with Cassius Gary, the 6'5 junior, pretty even here with Olsen. Looking forward to a great battle right there. Knights, averaging not a terrible number of turnovers, need to take care of the ball. Looking forward to seeing the ability of these Knights guards to work against this athletic defense, as we see a quick steal right there from Amelia Huggins. The sophomore just takes it right out of the hands as the Knights look to extend in their offense.
Yeah, that was a great steal. The Knights only averaging 14 a game. That's not a bad number, 14 a game. We've seen much worse. We've seen better also. And here, they probably decide to match that turnover and get a 3-second call.
Yeah, we're seeing full court pressure here early. Just a little man up here for a bit of an annoying press here from the Pride. Pressure these ball handlers for the Knights. Good cut to the basket.
Elliot Spencer coming in playing point. A couple games ago, he had a career day. He, just 2 games ago, playing against William Peace as the Knights scored their first 2 points. He had a career game against William Peace, scored 19 points, and really played strong for the freshman, hoping to replicate that. The Knights did lose their last game, so on sort of a 1-game losing streak as they lost to Pfeiffer 85-86.
Yeah, the Knights played well in that game against Pfeiffer. Connor Marchand ended up with 23, but just the three-point line wasn't as friendly. The Knights playing well right now, are getting looks that they want so far.
That was a
Another
great
great
rebound.
one there.
Grayson Collins with the rebound and went to go back up, and the steal, and then Weiland with the steal. It's a really sneaky pay from Alex Weiland, who really was not getting much playing time in the first half of the season. He was kind of the 7th, 8th man in, and here he is starting, and that's really impressive for the freshman.
Yeah, Weiland, the freshman out of Ponder, Texas, he was leading the front of that full court press. We haven't seen the Knights run a whole lot of that at home. Admittedly, we haven't had a home game since December 4th. That time it went into overtime. It was quite a game, but running a full court press here and just takes advantage of the little bit of a lackadaisical pass and goes straight back up. But yeah, Weiland's been working really hard. The 6'4" guard, plays big, plays well, runs around, lots of energy, and obviously that's what got him into the starting lineup tonight, and looking forward to his play going forward.
The Pride come in starting 3 seniors, a junior, and a sophomore. Kevon Mertens, Keyshawn Dorsey, Grayson Collins, who we've talked about, Amelia Huggins, and Cassius Gary all starting today for the Pride. And there's a great job from Amelia Huggins beating the press. Goes out to the sharp shooting Collins, and Collins drains that first three-pointer attempt for the Pride. You're going to have to be on him. You cannot give him free shots.
Yeah, absolutely. That defense collapsed around the driving, attack, but great, another attack right there from Elliott Spencer, gets it down, but great spot-up shot from Collins. Obviously had his feet set, not afraid to shoot that three-point bomb.
No, and he comes in. I mentioned how Marchant and the Marchant brothers, in terms of numbers of 3 points made, Collins comes in at tied for 4th with 32 made, shooting 36% on the season. So he's just a fantastic player, senior, but worked really hard. In and out, barely misses that one. Ball goes to Spencer. Elliott, he goes down. Elliott Spencer goes down, and the call made. Yeah, second team foul for the Pride.
You love that effort right there from Spencer to push in transition and draw that foul.
It looks like Amelia Huggins will have the ball in his hands a lot. The lean svelte sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina. Really athletic player. You saw him save that press. Looked like it might be backcourt, but really smart play to keep the ball on the front court as they were breaking that last press. It'll be interesting to see, the athleticism of a couple of these players from Greensboro, Huggins and Collins.
Yeah, that was another great drive right there from Elliott Spencer. Not afraid to take it to the rack. This little in and out play from the Knights so far has been great against that man defense that Greensboro's come out of.
We just had a check-in number 3, Ty Hill, I think, right? Checking in for Mertens. Ty Hill, the senior from Charlotte, North Carolina, West Brunswick High School.
Also into the game for Greensboro. That was great defensive play right there from Christian Thompson. The freshman stays vertical on the drive attempt from Marchant. Marchant ends up with his own shot right there and can't get it to fall. Great look right there.
Hill presses quickly, takes an early 4-5 foot jumper, gets really high, not able to finish, and then the pass up ahead from Spencer. Elliott Spencer playing with his head up. Not playing like a freshman.
Yeah, again, I love the way Elliott's pushing the tempo right now and trying to get the ball down. They see him setting up in this zone right here. Oh, no, they're matching up here, switching everything.
High pick. Stop from 15 feet, doesn't go. Front iron, and Marchant looks to push it. To the front rim, not able to get it to fall with Spencer. Strong rebound from Christian Thompson. And then the foul from Spencer as coach looks at him and he's like, I love the aggressiveness, just don't play like a freshman.
Yeah, you got to get back on that. But yeah, great drive and attempt right there from Spencer. Just short on the floater attempt. Now with Spencer going to the rack as often as he had earlier, you know he has that mid-range, that three-point game. You'd love to see that defense back up and expect it, see if he can work on knocking down some of those mid-range jumpers. Beautiful
wide
behind
open,
the
but
back
they're going to
pass.
call the charge. Great pass, finding the wide open Dorsey, but unable to control, and charge is called.
Yeah, a little flash on the pass with his left hand behind the back to the wide open three, but great charge right there from Olsen. You love to see charges taking 10-3 early for the Knights as they seem to control right now. To the rack.
Connor Marchant getting to the rack, getting to his left hand, finishes with the foul, a chance for an old-fashioned three-point play. 5th foul for the Pride. Only 4 minutes into this game, already 5 fouls. Knights could be spending a lot of time at the line.
Yeah, with that bucket right there from Marchant as he knocks down the free throw to make it a three-point play. Everybody on the floor for the Knights has scored. They're sharing the ball and playing in a full court spread, and you know, you love the defensive effort that's leading to these transition buckets. As another three is lined up from Grayson Collins, who not afraid to shoot as he's cheering on his team, screaming, "Let's go!" He's getting it done. He's the only one to score so far with these 2 3-pointers.
Greensboro needs to stop fouling. The Knights are a team 67 3-point shooting team. Weiland struggling a little bit right there. Jesse Barker. And that ball rolls out of bounds. Jesse Barker, kind of a mainstay early in the season, and though we've seen a lot of effort and progress from Malachi Olson, who's kind of really been the big middle guy now for the Knights. Jesse Barker playing a little bit of a swing kind of player, combo inside out.
Yeah, Malachi does a great job for the Knights, and he runs in transition. He plays great defense without fouling. Needs to work on taking care of the ball a little bit, but that will develop as we go forward. And he's a young guy. He'll keep working. Just a sophomore, a 6'5" sophomore out of McCall, Idaho.
Right, the Knights starting 3 freshmen, 1 sophomore, and a junior, almost the exact opposite of what Greensboro is starting. Malachi averaging 13 points a game. The Knights have 4 players averaging double digits, with including Elliott Spencer at 10 points a game, Malachi at 13, and then you mentioned Connor with 18, but his brother Isaiah is also averaging 12 points a game. If you include in conference, Jesse Barker, playing really well in conference, is averaging 12 points a game, 9 points overall. So the Knights with 4/5 players in double digits, doing a really good job on the offensive end. They're going to need to do a little bit better on the defensive end, giving up 78 points a game, which is why they're mainly why they're at a 7-8 record right now. They're going to call a jump ball.
Yeah, impressive defensive effort right there to see the jump stop as it happens and get your hands down and stop him in his tracks and force the jump ball. And although possession does go to Greensboro, great play for the Knights to switch possession arrow to the Knights.
Be fun this Marchant versus Collins situation. Strong rebound by Ty Hill to Collins. He gets it up. Another rebound from Hill. Finds his teammate underneath. That was Dorsey. Dorsey not able to do anything with it. And Spencer will trigger the offense for the Knights, starting with a high pick and roll. Little handoff from Barker to Weiland. Knights running a little bit more handoff-oriented offense right here. Hand in his face. Hill did a great job getting a hand in the face of Marchant. Marchant finishes anyway.
Yeah, that was a great offensive play. A little dribble handoff action. They switch it, so Marchant ends up going to the corner, finding space, relocating, putting them feet in the ground and knocking down the shot. No fear. He'll shoot that every time. And then a great defensive effort. Plays that pass just over the hands of Collins.
Spencer taking his first three-pointer of the game. Falls short. Hill will press hard. Boy, Hill is really an aggressive player after he gets that rebound. Weiland cleans up the board. Quickly ahead to the Connor version of Marchant.
Loving the shot selection so far for the Knights. 7 of 12, just over that 50%. And then another three, this time from the junior, Jesse Barker, who can do it all, plays great defense, but gets it done around the rim, and this time extends to that three-point line and knocks it down.
Getting to his left hand off the drive, recently entered Pride player, that's number 10, Mason Sergi. Comes in, did a great job, strong player. So Jim Canamesa doing a great job in terms of the substitution. Has a fairly deep bench, already 4 deep on his bench, playing 9 players early in the game. He has a 10th player coming in. That's Trajan Weatherspoon, number 22, also coming back in. Kevon Mertens, and we also have Amelia Huggins coming in. The Knights sub in on their part, Scotty Zigner, sorry.
You're
I knew
good,
that.
Scotty Zigner.
It's Weiland and Zigner. I before E, except after C. I don't know how that works on these names.
Also looking forward to the sub right there for the Knights. Cade Herrick, the freshman, comes in, handles the ball incredibly well, knocks down the three-point bomb as well. Looking forward to the added play of him coming in.
Barker underneath, wide open, turns, gets blocked by Sergi, and Sergi going in, tries to go over his head, get a little fancy, and then fouls Marchant on the turnover.
Yeah, incredible defensive play right there on the driving. Sergi, he got the incredible block off the cover down right there and pushes in transition and tries to get it done, but great defensive play by the Knights.
Yeah, when Sergi and Hill come up with the ball on a rebound, and both of them, it seems like, are going to get a number of rebounds, just the way they play and their aggressiveness, they are pushing that ball, and the Knights are going to have to work hard to get back on defense.
Well, that combination of size and speed with the ball moving down the floor, it's hard to stop. The Knights need to, in transition, stop ball and try to force them into these half-court spots. You'd hate to give up transition buckets with this 10-point lead, because we got about 13 minutes left in this first half. Knights send up half-court.
Hill subbing back in for Sergi. We're going to call an off-ball foul. Trying to get Barker open was Marchant. They call him for the foul. Knights now with 3 team fouls. It's the first on Marchant.
Yeah, those are some of the toughest calls. You can get away with them a good majority of the time, but Marchant gets caught right there around the baseline trying to get the seal.
Wow, that's a great shot from Christian Thompson, the freshman, 6'4". Also looking like more of a swing player, the way Barker plays inside out.
Yeah, that was a confident shot from Thompson. We saw him make a great defensive play earlier in the game. This time gets it done on the offensive end from that baseline spot.
Barker taking advantage of the smaller player on him. He had Huggins, took some time. The trap almost works out. Good job from Huggins getting that pass. The Knights eventually do get the ball. Herrick pushing it up to Marchant. He takes a long three-pointer, cans it. From way downtown. He was out in the parking lot. Maybe he was in Lexington. I don't know where he was, but that was a long three-pointer for Marchant.
This game is moving so fast, I can't compliment Barker on that incredible back down into his bucket, because Marchant pushes in transition after the steal and knocks it down. But, great play right there from the Knights in transition. But
Weatherspoon coming down and countering, just strong. The freshman, 6'4", 225. I'm not sure it's just 225. It might be closer to 230.
Yeah, and we saw him in warm-ups. Yeah, we saw him in warm-ups flying through the air, too. Incredibly athletic for 225. That just a freshman guard out of Hinesville, Georgia.
Hinesville, Long County High School. A couple Hinesville natives here. Also, teammate Zach Moser, who's a senior from Hinesville. Different high school, but the coaching staff from the Pride doing a great job up and down the East Coast. North Carolina, Virginia, Georgia, Florida players. Of course, we know the Knights pretty much, I don't want to call it international, but certainly a national team. Oregon, Idaho, Texas, Massachusetts, Utah, California, Wyoming. They're from all over.
Yeah,
they don't have a single player that is a Virginia native on the basketball team at SVU.
Yeah, they don't have a kid from the same city either. Everybody from different cities, a couple from Oregon, but all different cities. Pretty great. Knights doing, pretty well so far. 2 of 5 from that three-point line. Taking care of the ball, just the 2 turnovers in the first 10, but something significant, 7 points off turnovers. So the Knights are doing well on defense to force turnovers and then are getting points and capitalizing off those turnovers. Pretty even in the rebounding battle, and 6 assists for the Knights as they're sharing the ball pretty well as Witherspoon knocks down this free throw.
Lane violation. They're calling it on the Knights. Not sure about that. You have to watch the replay, and
Witherspoon gets another attempt at this.
Coach Wardenberg thought the lane violation was going to be on Greensboro, and then Witherspoon knocks down the second attempt that he gets on his and one. Guess you call that an and two. Herrick playing the point position with Spencer out. Huggins doing the best that he can to front the post play of Malachi Olson and does a great job. The jump stop and the back cut. Great job on that combo play as Zigner comes down and comes to a jump stop, and then Olson does a great back cut to get open.
Gets the back door. Incredible move right there, but the heads-up play from Zigner to be patient through that jump stop and slip it in there for the amazing assist. The 7th assist for the Knights, and they're rolling offensively.
12-point lead. Knights are shooting 40% from the three-point line, 64% overall, and holding Greensboro to 30% shooting. Another miss. That one, Meerton's on the miss, but the rebound ends up in the hands of Collins. And Spencer grabs the loose ball, gets knocked to the ground. That'll be the 7th team foul, and the Knights will be shooting 1-1, going down to the other end. 11 minutes left in this game, Skylar, and they're already at the 1-1.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And for a team like the Knights who shoot a pretty good percentage from the free throw line, it's going to be big time to increase this lead in the first half and knock down these free throws. Every attempt they get is there's little to no chance as this Pride defense is going to continue to stay aggressive. They will get attempts at the free throw line. Is just in and out on the 1-on-1 attempt from Spencer.
74% free throw shooter on the season. Misses the front end of a 1-on-1. That's a killer. You never want to miss the front end. A travel called. The Knights with that trapping half-court, three-quarter court defense. Meerton's not able to find the pass that he wanted. Travels. That will be the 7th turnover for the Pride.
Yeah, that was just great defensive pressure right there. And this time from Malachi coming in and closing out on the drive. You don't beat a press through dribbling, and right there it goes to show why.
Malachi with the up and under fake. Gets to the front of the rim. Has to pump fake when he gets in there. Not able to finish. Collins with a little euro. Gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2.
Yeah, that was an eye-opening athletic move right there from Malachi. Up and under a couple times on his way to the rim. Just can't get it to fall. But quickly back down. Collins gets to the free throw line. We've talked about it a lot. Collins gets to the free throw line a lot and knocks down the free throws. Shoots about a 90%, which is definitely something to brag about.
Yeah, he's taken 66 free throws on the year. His teammate, Kevon Meertens, who we've seen just push the ball up, taken 69, leads the team in free throws taken. But this 90% free throw shooting effort from Collins is, you do not want to put him on the line. And the ball's in his hands a lot on the offensive end. They run plays for him. You'll see him run staggered picks. They'll commit 2 or 3 players to get him an open shot.
Yeah, traditionally, I don't think he's bringing the ball down, but they definitely work to get him the ball late into the shot clock, early into the shot clock, whenever they can, because he can knock it down all over the floor. Another great defensive play.
Cassius Gary going to the ground, trying to get that. Ends up fouling.
Yeah, leads to another foul.
But the effort, what are you going to do if you're Coach Canamesa? You want that kind of effort out of Gary, able to get his hand on the ball and knock it to the ground, put a loose ball 50-50 situation. He just went through Weiland in order to get there.
Yeah, you definitely can't fault the effort from anybody on the floor from both teams. Both teams playing incredibly hard. Just a little bit too aggressive are the Pride as the Knights able to knock down the first of their attempt. Weiland goes to the free throw line first time today.
Weiland only taking his 3rd, now 4th free throw of the year. 50% free throw shooter, but I'm not sure. He's still a 50% free throw shooter, 2 for 4 on the year, only averaging 2.1 points per game. But with this starting role, his job is not to score on this team, though, right? His job is to work hard, play strong defense, be a transfer player and take advantage of rebounds and putbacks when he gets them.
Yeah, absolutely. He has a huge ceiling. He's been in the gym working hard with associate head coach, John Wardenberg, working hard to develop into a consistent role on this team going forward the next couple of years, and looking forward to great things from Weiland.
Ball on the ground as players go to the ground, and Collins finishes off the pass ahead. That was a fantastic job by the Pride to get that transition basket.
Yeah, veteran move right there from Spencer to do the run by and not foul Collins, who will definitely make you pay as a jump ball down here, but then an even better veteran move to hit that Euro step, see the defense, and knock down the finger roll from Collins, who just has such incredible control with the basketball and also control on defense. He plays an incredible game. It's fun to watch.
Zigner Marchant check out. Barker's in. And the turnover again to Collins coming down. Similar play as before, similar finish, and a timeout as the Knights have just gone into a little bit of a turnover mode, and it's allowed Greensboro to close that gap to a 5-point lead.
Yeah, so fast down the court they push in, and of course, who else are they going to get it to? Collins, 50% on the day shooting, 12 points to lead all scorers. Greensboro rallies back now just within 5. Knights, bit of a scoring drought, haven't scored in a little bit, and all these buckets for the Pride are coming on transition. Now 4 turnovers for the Knights total, and Greensboro taking advantage of the smaller size on the floor for the Knights, and is now leading rebounds 12-7.
Collins, you mentioned 50%. He's 4 for 8, but also 2 for 4. Had those first 2 3-pointers, the first 6 points for the Pride. He's also got 2 rebounds and an assist.
Yeah, you see a little switch up on defense here from Greensboro. Soft zone here.
Basically what you might call a 1-3-1 zone is on the back line. Boy, Weiland not looking for that ball, looking to set a pick for somebody, a seal maybe, for somebody coming off for a pass on the left side, but nobody was there, and Marchant threw the ball down to...
Yeah, another turnover for the Knights.
And then breaking the press with the dunk, putting it down hard was the big fella, 6'4" freshman Thompson, Graham, North Carolina Southern Almanac.
Yeah, Thompson's playing incredibly well. Shooting a high percentage. That time the highest percentage shot in the game. And as Elliott Spencer answers back with a spot-up 3.
Yeah, nobody stepped out to play him. Really big play from Spencer right there. And then the quick 3-pointer attempt from Keelan Mertens, and he puts it down. Back-to-back 3-pointers, one way, one the other.
Yeah, Mertens had taken a couple shots, gets his first one to go for the night. Pair of assists on the day. Another steal for the Pride as the Knights cannot take care of the ball.
And then missing that foul shot, chasing it down, see which way it goes, staying. It's going to go Knights ball. I think that was Ty Hill ended up missing that layup, but great job both ways to play hard, but it's really this aggressive defense from the Pride that's made a difference in the last 2 minutes.
Absolutely. The energy over there for Greensboro is significant. I believe 4 turnovers in the last couple minutes for the Knights, leading to 6 points off turnovers for the Pride as they are within 3 of the Knights, as the Knights at one point had more than a 10-point lead. Quite a rally. Hitting their free throws. They're 3 of 8 from that 3-point line, but they're getting it done in transition right now and doing it well.
Yeah, last 5 possessions, the Knights have had 4 turnovers, and intermixed with that was a little 3-point shot from Elliott Spencer that he canned. But they faced a 3-pointer right back in their face as Mertens came down and answered. And now the Knights, with only a 3-point lead, struggling to find the rhythm. That last turnover, Weiland coming off the handoff and just an aggressive grab at the ball. A lot of times that'll, if you're protecting it right, they can't get through you on that, and they're going to end up fouling. But not protecting the ball appropriately was Weiland, and they score. They come down and get another fast break opportunity. The Knights just looking some way to get the momentum back. Maybe just play a little cleaner. Not getting rim right there was Spencer. He was open. This 1-3-1 zone is going to give the Knights clearly opportunities at the point and at the elbows for shots, but you're going to have to hit them.
Yeah, Barker and Connor were working to get Connor a 3 in that corner, but a great little flare cut from Spencer. Wide open shot. Was online, just a little bit more power on the ball as Collins on the floor leads to a steal from Marchant.
Gets the ball stuck on his hip, but able to finish. Great job getting back was Ty Hill. And I don't know how Marchant was able to get that ball off his hip and up to the basket with his offhand.
Yeah, that was great offensive play right there. Lost it, regained it, got it in for the bucket. Give him 10 points on the day.
Mertens ends up missing that three-point shot. It felt a little forced, didn't really feel like it was in the rhythm of their offense. The pump fake and the foul as Malachi Olson running the court, beats Thompson down the court, able to get that pass to him, and he draws the foul off the pump fake.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. Malachi runs the floor incredibly well, and Marchant sees him early, and veteran move right there from the sophomore, able to get Thompson in the air and get the contact to the line as he knocks down the first one. Just the 5th free throw for the Knights.
Spencer and Connor Marchant, do a really good job in combining to transition the ball down the court quickly off of missed baskets from the other team. And when you've got Barker and Olson running the court the way they do from baseline to baseline, you're going to get a lot of good opportunities underneath. Knights with this three-quarter court, trapping, just trying to slow things up. Now, three-pointer attempt does not fall, and it's going to stay Pride ball. The Pride have been able to find some open shots off of this trapping pressure. A couple times they finished. Right there, they weren't able to. Be interesting how long and how often Coach Wardenberg institutes that trapping three-quarter court defense.
Yeah, sometimes that press is meant not really to get steals, but to, as Thompson gets a quick little turnaround, but not really meant to get steals, but to annoy the team and tire them out, control possession, and then to force quick bad shots. And although had to close out as Spencer gets a backdoor cut and one.
And the one.
Great defense leads to great offense there for Spencer. Gets it done around the rack.
It's interesting watching Christian Thompson play right now. He's playing with such confidence. The way he's turning and shooting, he's getting these fadeaway shots. He's taken a three-pointer, which he hit. He only averages 3.5 points a game. He's already at 8. And watching him, he is playing with such confidence, the freshman. It's interesting. You would expect he'd be averaging a lot more than 3.5 points a game based on the way he's playing today.
Absolutely. It's always next man up. And with Matthew Brown, their 6'7" big man, out. Christian Thompson stepping into that 4-5 spot for Greensboro Pride and, taking care of the ball and scoring and, doing it defensively as well.
Way downtown trying to do his Connor Marchant imitation was Collins. Barker gets that ball in the transition. Quick pass from Marchant to Marchant. Doesn't go down, but Olson gathers in the rebound. Best time for a three-pointer is off an offensive rebound. Olson to Barker. Fantastic play by the Knights, and then they get the turnover on the other end. Knights now regaining a bit of that rhythm.
Rhythm and momentum.
Yeah.
Great box out down there from Malachi, able to get amazing position, get the rebound, kick it out to Jesse Barker, who was ready with his feet set for Barker's 10th point. Getting it done offensively is Barker.
When the Knights are playing good defense, it really leads to their offense. I think their drive, their momentum really keys off of their defense. tough finish out when you've got a band that big as Weatherspoon coming at you. The pump fake was needed, but kind of threw Olsen off his line. Shot doesn't go. Weatherspoon hits the ground. Huggins comes up with the ball, finds Weatherspoon in the key, and no foul call. They're going to call the swipe down, causing the ball to go off of the leg of Trajan Weatherspoon.
Yeah, you love the way Malachi's playing tough against, giving up a little bit of size down low, but Malachi's playing hard and able to get that defensive stop right there, and ball Knights.
Quick swing from Marchant to Spencer. Spencer misses the rim altogether. Freshman hanging his head. Teammate comes over, slaps him on the rear end and says, hey, don't worry about it. We'll get it again.
Yeah, head coach Adam Mortenberg said, get back on D. Who cares? Time to move on from that play. Spencer shoots, an incredible percentage. He'll knock those down in the future. Great rebound right there from Spencer. Playing incredibly well.
Yeah, he needed to work hard to box out Huggins right there. Huggins ends up getting called for the reach-in on the rebound, but it was really Spencer who was able to listen to Coach Wardenberg, forget about the last play, go back and work hard. That's a hard thing for a freshman to do. Having amnesia and forgetting about the last play, which is what Coach Wardenberg's asking him to do, that's a hard thing for a freshman to do. He's able to do it, get back, play hard, ends up putting himself on the line from hard defensive play. And Huggins was a little confused. He was feel like he was playing hard as well. Maybe could have been a no call. As it is, it's 10 fouls in the half for the Pride, and that's 2 shots for Spencer. He does make the first. And then the quick sub from Coach Wardenberg as he puts Ziegner in, and Barker comes out. Barker with some impressive play, making the most of his time on the court.
As he always does, Barker, incredible play across the board.
The Knights still in that 3-quarter trap. Hill looks to trigger. Another 3-point shot. This one goes down for Moser. That's the 3rd one he's taken. Finally gets one to fall. Confident shooter. He wants the ball in his hands.
Yeah, the senior had a closing out defender in his face and still knocked it down as Marchant throws up his and can't get it to fall.
Hill comes down, looking to trigger for the Pride. High dribble. And Dorsey able to can the 3. 2 quick 3-pointers, 6 points for the Pride. Give them a significant cut into that Knights lead, now only down by 7. Boy, aggressive play underneath from Mertens. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Marchant will look to trigger against Hill. Gets the exchange. Ziegner with the pump fake and shoots and gets hammered. Not a great foul.
Yeah, that's a tough defensive possession as they battle with the Knights, as the Knights go in and out with their guard play. Eventually, Ziegner gets a pump fake to a drive and, able to draw the foul and just can't get the roll, but still great possession, using up the entirety of the shot clock, taking care of the ball, and then getting to the free throw line. The Knights now shooting their 10th and 11th attempt as Ziegner goes to the line for this shooting foul. Made 7 of 9 so far at 77%, just about at their average, but we'll get plenty of attempts at the free throw line in this next 3 minutes of this game.
Yeah, Ziegner's only a 35% field goal shooter, and the Pride had played such great aggressive defense that whole time. And then with just a second left on the shot clock, Dorsey fouls him and sends him to the line. And that's just got to be a frustrating play for Canamesa to watch his team play so hard, and then Dorsey just kind of make a little mistake there. But up to that point, the defense was fantastic for the Pride. Yeah,
and when you play aggressive, there's a thin line between committing that it's too many fouls, and Greensboro got unlucky early with a couple of calls and have struggled with the fouls in this first half.
Ziegner is a 8 for 10 shooter so far this season, 80%, if I do my math correct. anytime it's whatever for 10, I can do that. I can do that math. Now he's 9 for 11. I'm not going to do that math. Had a friend today tell me that he had a professor tell him in 1974 that calculators were the end of Western civilization. I'm glad I got mine. And Hill does a great job breaking the press. Pick from Thompson, and Hill couldn't find him. Marchant slows it down just a little bit.
Yeah, you love the way the Knights are matching up after the full court press and getting steals early into that shot clock. But Marchant pulls a quick three from the parking lot, just can't get that one to fall. That's well within his range. We've seen him do that in the past. Great board right there from Malachi.
2 quick three-pointers from both teams. Not really sure if coaches would think those are in the flow of their offense. As long as you're in the flow of the offense, you're fine with that. Here's the double team down low. Malachi Olson steps on the line before he's able to throw it off the foot of Collins. Great double team down low, forcing Malachi to have to make a decision. He's not able to find an open player, and it's a turnover.
Yeah, and that, in the way that the Pride are playing on defense, if you're going to get the ball right there to Malachi in that short corner, he has to have somewhere to go with it early on. And great defensive play by Marchant. Gets his hand in there for the steal.
Isaiah with an opportunity to find an open teammate. Doesn't quite find him. Knights will keep working their offense.
Yeah, great roll to the basket, and he gets him back and in and out for the Knights. Spencer drives.
What a great set from Mertens. Spencer had a chance to pull a three-pointer. I think those 2 that he had missed kind of maybe in his head, because that three-point shot doesn't get any more open, and the Knights are a three-point shooting team. They really work hard on it. He drives. Mertens is there. Ref says that he beat him to a spot. At least he had established defensive position, and it's a charge.
Yeah, and Spencer is a three-point shooter as well, and he got his feet set, but he slid into it a little bit. Spencer's going to argue that one, but it's a tough call right there as Spencer tries to drive in.
15-footer doesn't go for Hill. However, recently entered player for Greensboro gets the rebound. That was Josh McQuinn getting the rebound, then able to find his teammate. They hit the three-pointer. Now it's a 6-point lead for the Knights. Minute 17 left, 20 on the shot clock. Marchant able to get to his left hand into the key and finishes over the outstretched arms of McQuinn.
Yeah, saw the pressure from behind, put the ball way in front of him, and able to gather it back and put it up hard with the left hand.
Aggressive play from Mertens coming down, going aggressive to the hole, gets himself in the key, and the foul called on Malachi Olson. That'll be Malachi's first foul, 8th team foul for the Knights.
Yeah, you said it. That's Malachi's first foul, and foul right there, 100% trying to prevent the bucket.
A little cleanup action as players hit the court. Weiland's back in for the Knights. Boy, Canna Mesa really going deep into his bench. I think is that 12? I think 11 players he's played. A delay of game call. It's a warning. You get one warning. Interesting play. You don't see that very often.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that. A delay a game from the free throw line.
Right. So with 56 seconds left, Connor Marchant brings the ball up. That three-pointer finds the bottom of the bucket as the Knights expand their lead to 10 points. And getting to the bucket and finishing is Ty Hill.
Yeah, Ty Hill straight to the rack, floats in the air, and then hangs in the air, able to get it back in to the basket. But Marchant shooting a large amount of three-pointers right now. The Knights 5 of 13.
Hopefully right here, Hill, who's going to take an and one opportunity, does not take a practice free throw like we saw on the last one. I don't think I've ever seen that either. That's we got to comment a little bit more on that. That's get a practice one, and you always like that. You just take a timeout. Hill hits his and one. Now down by 7. Knights with 27 seconds on the shot clock, about 8 seconds separate the two. Knights will milk the clock, try not to give Greensboro any kind of real time to do anything. The backdoor cut, Malachi gets in and he gets pushed off his line, goes to the floor, and with 10 team fouls, he'll get a chance to shoot 2.
Yeah, after these free throws, Greensboro will have the decision to hold for the last shot. Interesting that the Knights wouldn't have pushed for 2-for-1 opportunity there, but holding the ball and getting to the free throw line, Olsen unable to knock that one down.
A 54% free throw shooter. That was his 86th attempt on the season. Basically 30 more than the next closest player for the Knights. He takes a lot of free throws. Right about his average right there as he goes 1 for 2. Knights with an 8-point lead. Shot clock is turned off. Knights burn a little clock on that press. 8 seconds, high pick, triggering. Hill gets into the key, turnover, 3 seconds left, 2-1. Goes behind his back and does not finish. It was Isaiah Marchant. The Knights looking for a little extra bonus at the end. Hill really felt like he got fouled down there. No call made, and the teams will go into the locker rooms here at halftime. The Knights up by 8. Really strong play. Let's go over the numbers, Skylar.
Yeah, well, first, you love to see the effort of Marchant trying to get that three-pointer up, wanting to score as much as possible. So the Knights on defense doing a great job at creating pressure that is forcing these turnovers. 12 first-half turnovers by Greensboro, and that's quality to the Knights defense. And then, but on the rebounding battle, the Greensboro Pride are getting it done, leading that margin 19-13. Tied to leading scorer Connors and Marchant, who we talked about at the start of the game. We're going to be a great matchup, a great back and forth. And they both are, end that first half with 12 shooting around the paint as well as from beyond that three-point mark.
Also in double digits is Spencer and Barker for the Knights. And as you mentioned, Collins with 12 and Christian Thompson with 8 points. Second leading scorer for the Pride. And Thompson coming in, as you said, kind of doing some work for the absent Matthew Brown. It's really impressive player. On that rebound, he's doing a great job on the boards. You see Hill and Mertens really attacking the boards. There's some really athletic players on Greensboro.
Yeah, absolutely. And a lot of size on Greensboro as well. And to the Knights' credit, 20 points in the paint for the Knights. And that's impressive, being that the size that they give up. But that's the great boxing out of Malachi and Barker down low, as well as the play of Weiland in this full court press and the effort that they're giving on defense. And 8-point lead for the Knights to end that first half. Great back and forth. Yeah,
and the Knights with 20 points in the paint versus the 10 for Greensboro. That really is off the effort of Malachi Olsen down low, working hard. But then the Knights driving and getting to the basket as well. You see a real aggressive play. I would think that Greensboro would have a few more points in the paint given their size and how aggressive they are getting the paint. They just kind of have to finish when they get down there. And then staying off of the free throw line is what Coach Kenta Mesa is going to hopefully have his team playing defensively, not fouling, not putting the Knights on the free throw line, because they're doing a pretty good job. They're shooting 76% from the free throw line.
Yeah, and you can't ask for much better than that. 10 of 13 in that first half, and to shoot another 10 in that second half bodes well for the Knights. So looking forward to that second half, and We'll see you then.
Yeah, take a little break. We'll be back in 10 minutes. And welcome back to Southern Virginia University's second half of this men's basketball contest between the Southern Virginia University Knights and the Greensboro Pride. We've seen both teams play really hard. We talked about the numbers ending that first half. Knights up by 8. Coach Wardenberg taking his team into the locker room, certainly wanted to keep up more of that defensive effort, which they did a great job limiting the turnovers. Coach Wardenberg was named the men's head basketball coach back in 2019, actually coming over from the women's basketball team. His last season with that team led the team to their highest number of wins in NCAA history for the Knights. They had 21 games that they won. Wardenberg before that was coaching as an assistant women's basketball coach at Division I Utah Valley University, also the recruiting coordinator there, and helped lead the Wolverines to appearances in the WAC tournament in the semifinals. And that was the first 2 times in program history they had made the WAC semifinals. For that, he was working at College of Southern Idaho and did a great job with them, leading them to really impressive records. Wardenberg now trying to help his Knights have a successful season. Most wins that they've had in quite a while, already at 7. Doing a great job building this team. There's a lot of freshmen getting playing time. We talked about 3 freshmen and a sophomore starting. Over on the other side, Canna Mesa has a good amount of coaching experience as well. This is his 12th season with Greensboro. He was named the head coach back in 2019, so only his 3rd season leading the Pride. He had a great college career at Siena College, where he was the nation's leading 3-point shooter back in 1997. Went on to play for 8 years in Europe, so very well-versed in basketball, both on this side of the pond and on the other side. 2 great coaches battling it out. We talked about this being a really important game for both teams, Skylar.
Yeah, it's definitely, in terms of conference play, in terms of setting themselves up nicely going into the thick, as both teams are facing mostly conference teams for the remainder of the schedule. And so going forward, both teams could definitely use a win tonight. And the Knights have definitely, in years past, struggled to win games that they needed to win at home. So it would be a big step for this Knights program to secure a dub, up 8 as we start this second half. And I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to this back and forth between these 2 great offensive teams.
Thompson getting the start after a lot of strong play in the first half. Misses that little one-hand floater in the key. He was really good at those in the first half, shooting a really high percentage in the first half. He was 4 of 5.
Yeah, and we saw after the miss right there, head coach Cantamesa for Greensboro was cheering him on for that. Definitely liked that as Weiland attempts a 3.
Ball gets kicked around, and then Barker did not. Why would you expect a player coming from behind there? Moser taken off, trying to get some fast break points, and the Knights had gotten the ball back off the rebound, and then the 3-pointer.
Yeah, Mertens knocks down his 3rd one. The defense right there from Dorsey leads to the 3 from Mertens, and quick offense right now from the Greensboro Pride.
Cutting the lead in half. The Knights now with a 5-point lead. Switch off. Spencer getting pushed out of bounds. No foul call. They're going to call just that he stepped out of bounds. Coach Wardenberg Sr., associate head coach to his son, not happy with that call.
Yeah,
probably could have called a push right there.
It was tough. It was definitely aggressive, but gets away with the push and definitely got Spencer out of bounds with that defense, but called a turnover.
Great over-the-shoulder dish. And then they're going to get a step out of bounds on the other end. Anything you can do, I can do better. or I guess anything you can do, I can do worse. I'm not sure exactly how you do that, but matching baseline out of bounds calls, and the Knights will come back down.
Yeah, but either way, pretty fancy pass right there from Grayson Collins, who hung in the air and able to sneak that one in. But yeah, caught stepping out of bounds, just aggressive defense back and forth. This time gets called for the push. Mertens
disagreeing with the call, respectfully.
It's been a clean game. A lot of fouls, but been a clean game in terms of play between both teams. Just very aggressive back and forth.
Nice find underneath, and Olsen unable to finish. Great job getting to the other side of the rim with the ball.
Just can't get it to roll.
Just can't get it to roll. The right play, you can't be upset if you're the coaching staff or a player making the right play. Execution is what it is. Quickly advancing there. Finding Thompson, and this time Thompson finishes. He's really good around the rim. Anytime he's had that ball within 5 feet, he's only missed 2 shots of the 6.
Yeah, a little hook shot right there.
Weiland with the backdoor cut, kicks it over to Barker. Barker long on the baseline three-pointer.
Yeah, Knights can't seem to get anything to fall. That was a great look right there from Barker, who we saw make 2 in the first half. And
ball on the ground, both of them going for it. They're going to say that the Greensboro player Huggins was actually on the baseline when he touched the ball, so that's out of bounds to the Knights. So far, only 1 basket in the first 2.5 minutes. Spencer doing a great job against the pressure of Mertens. Kevon Mertens is really an aggressive, strong player. That one does not fall. The Knights are ice cold to start the half. Huggins goes strong, driving Barker back off of his attempt to block that ball and finishes. 5 points.
That was great defense right there from Barker, but better offense as Higgins able to get that one to fall.
Getting to the key, finishes with his left. He loves to go left-handed, finish on the side. Connor Marchand so good at that. Gets the Knights a bucket, extending their lead to 3 points.
I think that was the 3rd or 4th time Marchand's able to get to the rim with that left hand. Needs to continue to do it as Olsen tries to take the charge.
Probably the right call. I think when we look at the video, looks like he might have been leaning to his left to draw that excessive contact. It was really strong contact. It's going to have to be a call either way.
Yeah, you love Olsen took one earlier today, so you definitely want him to continue to take those. He has the ability to take charges. Taking charges is great, but just slides in a little bit. Yeah, gets caught sliding a little bit to his left on that as we look at that instant replay. But the defensive pressure leads to another turnover for Greensboro.
Yeah, indecision on the inbounding pass, and then you're down to 1 second. You got to do something with it. Ball gets turned over as he tries to find Collins on the baseline.
Still early here in the second half. 14 turnovers for Greensboro on the day.
The man-to-man off defense for Greensboro. Olsen finds Thompson on the ground. He looked down at him like, wait a sec, that's not where you play defense. Can't find an outlet pass, and then decides to do it himself, and Spencer jumps in with the blocking call.
Most of the offense from the Knights is centered around the guard play around the ring, and that is leading to layups. But you love right there that Olsen just put his back to the basket and just brought the ball straight down. And yeah, the defender Thompson gets tripped up a little bit, and Malachi strong straight to the rack.
Spencer's got to come out with his 3rd foul. Weiland goes up, finds the loose ball, gets it up to Barker, who transitions quickly. And then the quick trigger from Marchand as Connor finds the bottom of the net.
Yeah, Ty Hill didn't come out and close out on Marchand, and Marchand's going to take that, every single time. Full court outlets, this time to his brother to the rack.
Marchand to Marchand, family back home, loving that play. Oregon, Toledo, everybody back home cheering him on. Gotta love brother to brother play.
Yeah, absolutely. Pushing in transition, Marchand now after that three, leading all scorers with 17, just around his average on 7 of 13 shooting. Marchand taking high-quality looks, and as we see right there, getting it done passing as well. Oh, just can't get it to fall on that layup, but great play so far in this second half from the Knights.
So Greensboro has 7 straight points to start the half. Knights can't hit a bucket. And the Knights come back, and they go 7 straight points, and here we are back to the 8-point lead with 4.5 expired in the second half.
Well, basketball is a game of runs, and with 2 evenly, matched teams, as we talked about, before the game, and as we talked about, going forward, these teams are pretty evenly matched, and so it's going to be who can control the ball and limit these, mistakes and go on these runs at the right time. And right now, the Knights on a little bit of a hot streak and need to keep that momentum going forward. But as we've seen in this game, momentum is going to switch, with the guard play. So going forward in the last 15 minutes of this game, it's going to be about patience. It's going to be about taking the right shots and execution.
The Pride are on a 4-game losing streak, and they were looking really good coming into the Brevard game back on the 7th of January, and then starting with that game, lost 4 in a row. And that's really a struggle, when you're kind of on when you've been doing well. They started out losing 3, and then boom, they got hot and won 4 in a row. And then now they're on a 4-game losing streak. Confidence might be down a little bit. They really need this game, get their confidence back up, and stay in the conference hunt to be in the conference tournament at the end. The Knights now up by 10 as Marchand able to hit both of those free throws. Man, that was a nice find underneath. They're going to call the foul.
We got the ball, let's go!
But they're going to call an illegal pick on Thompson.
Yeah, it was a great find, but able to get by that screen with that illegal screen, but wasn't able to see really who the foul was on, but in the Knights' favor.
Aggressive defense again from Hill. He's played really good defense all evening long. And Weiland up against Collins. Barker hits the three-pointer and gets fouled. Looking for the rare. They calling it a 2-point? No, they're giving him 3 points, right? They get 3-point shot. The rare 4-point play opportunity for Barker.
But not rare to take that shot is Barker today. Barker 3 of 4 now from that 3-point line with 13 points, looking to make it 14. 5 of 7 from shooting. Yeah, definitely got his feet behind the line, takes the contact and knocks it down. What a shot from Barker.
30% 3-point shooter. He's shot 60 on the year. 8 for 18. And then Weiland gets called for the violation and negates the opportunity for the 4-point play. It's one thing to do it. It's one thing to do it when it's, just a regular free throw, but Barker's got a chance at the 4-point play. Is what it is. Knights are going to try to play some defense. Great pump fake underneath from Cassius Gary, the junior from Gatesville, North Carolina. Able to get Malachi Olson in the air and draws the foul, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, we saw Cassius Gary get the start, but haven't said his name a whole lot today, but very aggressive on offense right there.
Yeah, no points.
Gets himself
today
to the bucket.
That's his first shot, and it doesn't even count as a shot since he got fouled, so he's still 0 for 0 on the day. And that's his first free throw attempt as well.
Gary's that junior from Gatesville, North Carolina. Super athletic. He's got a 6'5" at 180 frame,
And then banks in the free throw. I'm not sure if that's the technique that you teach.
Whatever works.
I was exactly right. So, in the end, the bucket is the bucket. You take them however you can get them.
Easy number for you, Scotty. 9 of 10. The Greensboro Pride are shooting from the free throw line.
90%,
90%,
Skyler.
Absolutely.
Oh, nice job getting into the key. Not able to finish with Ziegner. And you know what, Skylar? I really appreciate your confidence in my math abilities, dude. That is, what a teammate's all about. You're an excellent team player.
See, lucky for me, it does the math here in front of me, so I'm all right. But interesting foul right there from Marchand. Isaiah Marchand just puts his hands down and stops right there. I'm not sure if he intentionally fouled, but definitely stopped pace right there. Just I believe his second
That's his
foul.
third. That's his third foul.
Yeah, that's tough right there.
And drawing the foul is number 20, Josh McQuinn. He didn't get much time in the first half, and then about 5 minutes left, came in and played for a good bulk of the end of that first half. Now he's in again and does his job by getting to the free throw line. The lefty will take 2 shots.
Yeah, that's the second foul called on Connor. 3 players for the Knights with 3 fouls, with Barker, Olsen, and Spencer all with 3. And over for Greensboro, as they had a ton of fouls in that first half, just 2 with 3.
Barker finds Isaiah Marchand, the three-point line, and Marchand takes the shot. Quick timeout from Coach Adam Wardenberg. 30-second time. Oh, no, full timeout. No, I take it back. I think it's the 30. Going back and forth. And a 13-point lead for the Knights.
Yeah, Isaiah hadn't scored in a whole lot in that first half, but now with 8 points on the day, a confident stroke right there. It looked like they were going to skip it around to Ziegner, but pulls up with the defender in his face and knocks that one down. Confident stroke right there from Marchand.
Looking over some of the stats, we see Mertens and Thompson now are both in double digits with 10 points, as Collins really kind of slowed down in the last, if you include the last 4 or 5 minutes of the first half. And here in the first 6.5 minutes of the second half, basically a good 10 or 11 minutes, we haven't heard much from Collins in terms of scoring. Shooting 4 for 10. 2 for 6. He missed his last 4 3-pointers. To play this real aggressive denied game. It doesn't look like they are. This time Collins gets in, and unable to finish off of the rebound was McQuinn, as the Knights are swiping and stripping at that ball that he brought down a little too low. Probably could have kept it up and maybe had a cleaner shot. Over the top of the fronting Collins to Malachi. Malachi did a good job getting Collins to have to front him. The help from McQuinn behind fouls.
I think a big thing for the Knights going forward in this game is going to be patience. As a shooting team, they're going to need to consistently shoot, and going forward are going to need to take the shots they need to take. But being patient and making sure they get the shots they need to take, as Marchand is patient with it, gets it with the pump fake and knocks down the 3.
Yeah, pump fakes at breaking ankles and breaking egos.
Beautiful shot right there from Marchand. Just strokes the confident 3, extends this lead. And
what a great job.
Back,
yeah.
Ty Hill.
That's the second time we've seen Hill come down off of a made 3-pointer from the Knights, and he comes down and puts it right back. He's the momentum killer. And then is able to strip that ball, and it's going to stay Knights. Weiland comes out as Spencer with 3 fouls comes in, and we'll see Cade Herrick, kind of a real streaky player. When he's hot, he's hot. Coach, I think, gives him enough playing time to see, how is he going to be playing, and when he's streaky and hot, man, he gets a lot of time. That time, Thompson grabbing Isaiah Marchand as he tries to drive by him.
And Herrick's a true freshman. He'll find his way more and contribute in terms of contributing to this team. Can get it done. Wardenberg puts him in there to find his minutes and try to find his shot, and definitely can provide guard support right now with the foul trouble that Marchand and Spencer are in. It's a good little third to have.
Yeah, especially since he can play the 2, he can play the 1.
Yeah,
it's a good combo guard. The dribble handoff. Running again from backside is denying, coming from the man-to-man. Isaiah looking to get in and finish, not able to do so. And the ball falls into his hands again. And they're going to call.
Little confusion here. They call a shot clock violation off a loose ball that looked like it had been touched and looked like there was time left as head coach Wardenberg.
Yeah, a little confusion on really what happened. They called a shot clock violation before the clock runs out, I guess.
Yeah.
Somehow it reset. I mean, so what happens was they reset the shot clock, but it shouldn't have been reset because the ball never hit the rim. And then, so basically what the referees are doing is they're counting down in their own heads. When you look at that shot clock, it was 3 seconds, maybe 2, when they called it a shot clock violation.
And then after the fact, Wardenberg arguing for the fact that there was time left. Wardenberg gets teed up for arguing with the ref right there, but from my angle right next to Wardenberg, all he said was there was 3 seconds left and gets the technical foul. And not sure what really happened right there, but
maybe they're calling from leaving for leaving his box. I don't know. A little sensitive from the refs. It's
Absolutely.
not like he was arguing their call. He was arguing the clock. And then you get the charge call, the offensive foul for a 7th-team foul. And it won't be, it's the 7th-team foul. It will not result in shots in a 1-on-1 for the Knights. It will be a turnover. The Knights leading by 2.
Quite a weird transition over the last 30 seconds right there of gameplay. But stoppage of play here.
Yeah, looking back at this, so the shot clock gets reset.
When it shouldn't have, because the ball never touched the rim.
But I mean, when I'm looking at this, 4, 3, 2, and then the clock gets reset and they immediately call a shot clock violation. And I don't know, let's say it was even 2 seconds left. I'm not sure they would have got the shot off. So how about that? Because I'm not sure he was looking to shoot.
But if the mistake was by the scores table right there, and it should have been a stoppage of play and ball Knights with 3 seconds left, not we're going to guess that there was 3 seconds left, we're going to call a shot.
You don't get a guess.
No,
right?
that's tough. You put 3 on the clock and you restart it, and going forward, that's something that will be corrected, and hopefully, is an odd circumstance and doesn't happen again.
Right.
But I'm glad it's all sorted out. And
yeah, here we are with a full 30 seconds on the shot clock. Just under 12 minutes as Herrick advances the ball up the court, and they're going to get the foul on.
And you could have guessed it, another foul on the floor.
Sergi grabbing Elliot Spencer, trying to get open as he was coming up the court, and he grabs him. That's his 4th foul and the 8th-team foul for the Pride, and that'll put Elliot Spencer on the line. And again, they're the 1-and-1 with 12 minutes left in the half. And if the Knights are going to knock down their foul shots, and some real excited players on the bench cheering Spencer on. Spencer, a 74% free throw shooter, hitting 20 of 27 on the year, taking his free throw here. This time hitting the front end of the 1-and-1 and hits the back end of the 1-and-1. Put the Knights up 14. So tall task for the Pride if they're going to continue to foul to come back down 14. Certainly doable. We've seen them hit a couple quick 3-pointers. Very doable, and they're going to call.
I think they got him another offensive foul down here. Just great defensive pressure leading to fouls just over and over again for this Greensboro team. Ty Hill electing to shoot that 3-pointer, but can't even get it off before the foul was called.
Marchant slips, comes back. He's able to get around his defender. Malachi tries to finish on the other side. Great defense from Weatherspoon, finishing that block and getting the ball transitioned up the court. Marchant steals the ball, and he's going to finish in transition. Puts the Knights up by 15.
I've made this comparison before, right, 16. I made this comparison before. Isaiah Marchant plays a lot like TJ McConnell. Gets the steal right there, and such an athletic play on the basket right there as Thompson goes up and
not able to finish. Thompson gets 2 shots at it. with his left hand, his offhand, not quite as proficient clearly, because shooting with his right hand, he's nearly automatic, not able to finish that one. Knight's doing a good job not fouling him right there. Ziegner playing defense. Collins now getting to his spot. No foul called again. Ball does fall out of bounds. Collins just trying to force it. We talked about how Collins needs to be involved, and he's their leading scorer and needs to get his points in this half. Trying to get him right there. No foul call being given him, even though he really wanted it. That's a great move from Thompson on Ziegner.
Yeah, that's a tough play to defend right there from Thompson. Just so quick off the break, and Ziegner gets caught being in the way and sends him to the free throw line.
Yeah, the Knights also in the 1-and-1 with their 7th team foul. So we might be at the free throw line a lot over the next 10 minutes, 37 seconds.
With both teams shooting a high rate from the free throw line, bodes well for both teams for free throws. Connor now leading all scorers with 20 points on the day. But can't say enough about the play of Christian Thompson stepping into a big role here today. 5 of 8 with 11 points and handling a significant amount of defense and offense for the Pride, as Cade Herrick barely able to get it across. The tough on-ball pressure from Ty Hill is proven to be
such a strong defender, man.
It's tough. He's so active and he's long, and he's been playing this whole game too and not showing really any signs of fatigue as Olsen goes to work around the rim and turnaround fade.
Wow, the patience that he had. First of all, coming off of that down pick and able to get into the paint with the interior pass, and then the patience to finish the way he did. Just fantastic against a bigger, stronger defender.
Yeah, you said it, patience. The patience to get the shot you want, not the first shot you see. And Olsen does a great job right there and has been doing a great job taking care of the ball this game as Ziegner knocks down his three.
The Knights are now up 19. No, sorry, 21. That was 19. They're up 19. And Hill will come down looking to trigger this offense.
And if you're a Knights fan, you love to see Ziegner knock down that three. He plays incredible defense and gets it done. And just right there, a beautiful feed from Collins to Witherspoon. But a great little back and forth here. Knights in control.
And Elliott now feeding off of the momentum created by Ziegner's three. He had a couple three-pointers that basically he airballed. The freshman coming back in the second half, getting things straight in his mind, feeding off of the energy from his teammates, and hits his own three-pointer to put the Knights up. And that long three-pointer from Hill does not fall. They're going to call the shoulder charge as Thompson gets a good rebound, drops his shoulder. The Knights end up drawing the charge, and it'll be the other way.
Yeah, you can't say enough about the way Ziegner plays, and on defense. That time, sacrificing the body and expecting the big check from Thompson. Goes to the floor. Great defense from Ziegner right there. The Knights are playing well. They're fired up. The bench is live. There's fans in the barn. A lot of momentum on side of Southern Virginia right now.
I really like the way Christian Thompson plays. Great block underneath for the Pride. Thompson plays so strong. He's a fun player to watch, just a freshman. This time Collins taking that shot off of the jab step. That's what the Pride need. They need Collins to get hot. If he gets hot, they've got a chance to come back in the last 8 minutes.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give him that shot, but Spencer right in the face of Collins still elects to shoot that. And nice shot as Connor again with that left hand.
He does such a great job getting to the hip of his defender when he comes off of those handoffs. He does a little hesitation, then boom, he gets to the hip with that left hand.
Yeah, you said it, that hesitation. It's hard to stay with him, and then boom, you're going to contact when he goes up. It's incredible to watch. He's quick with the ball. He puts it under his shoulder like a running back and takes the contact.
And he's young, right? He's just a freshman, and you can tell he's got Pringle can arms, right? I mean, there's no definition in his arms yet. He'll get in the weight room, those things. He'll start looking in no time like Ziegner, right? But he's just an unassuming kind of physical presence, but plays offense in such an incredible, patient, and effective. He's so efficient with the ball. I mean, really a high basketball IQ, and then just so much skill to finish.
Yeah, you love the basketball IQ of both Marchands. As we see Isaiah to the rack.
That's where Connor gets it from, right?
Absolutely.
That's where Connor gets it from. He's been playing with that guy long enough. He's like, let me show you how it's done, younger brother. This is the way it should look.
Yeah, you can imagine him in the driveway, learning those moves and knocking them down here in Buena Vista for Southern Virginia. You love to see it as a great move with his back to the basket. Keyshawn Dorsey makes it look easy. 6'2", 180 out of Raleigh, North Carolina, gets active in the scoring column here.
That's his best move of the game. I mean, that was such an awesome, quick move, and then clean on the finish. Well, they're going to call it travel right there, I think, or jump ball. They're going to call it jump ball. Going to stay Knights ball. Great defense. They kind of jumped that pick, both players, as they try to do the dribble handoff. Really good, smart defense. We've got the clock and the game scoreboard has gone down. Not sure what's going on there. We still have the shot clock and the game clock's over the baskets working. We just have the scoreboard. I don't know. I didn't knock the cord out. I didn't trip it.
It was not me this time.
I don't know about that. I'm going to blame you.
I was closer. But they'll get that sorted out.
Fortunately, they can keep the game going with the clocks over the scoreboards. Oh, sorry, that's the scoreboards and clocks over the basket. They're just going to have to keep track of the score, and I'm not sure where they're going to do that. Maybe we can pull out those old school ring that you always have at the AAU tournaments.
The tournaments, yeah.
Yeah.
Have somebody flipping them.
Yeah, flip it. You be the flipper. Just don't do two of that. That's a hard job to have, dude, because you always feel like you're flipping. Not sure if you're flipping two or one.
Luckily for the viewers at home tuning into this game in Buena Vista, you have a awesome scoreboard, courtesy of our awesome staff here.
The production staff, right, headed by Craig Reese, assisted by Paul Morrissey. Those two doing a phenomenal job on the production, both for the games for the men and women, but going to the volleyball games, our football games. Just a fantastic job from the stream. And 10 seconds left in the shot clock. Marchand gets over to Elliott. They're trying to get inside. They're just going to have to trigger long distance, front rim for Connor Marchand. Knights up by 19 still. That ball's on the ground as that's Martinick Jenny, Ronan Martinick Jenny. Haven't seen him yet. The sophomore from Greensboro, North Carolina, has checked in.
Yeah, great rebound right there from Scotty Vigner, but gets tied up with Cassius Gary and gets the possession arrow to switch, but Pride's ball. We've said Cassius Gary's name a couple different times. So aggressive on that offensive and defensive glass. Flies through the air, can jump through the gym. Great positioning, strength.
Well, that was a dangerous position for Zigner. And then kind of pulling up. He could have pulled that up 2 feet closer, 2 steps closer. I think Dorsey had him right where he wanted him and kind of gave up his position by just backpedaling there. And Dorsey is an impressive player. He looks like a really strong senior basketball player, been in the weight room, lots of skill. That spin move he had earlier was fantastic. Unable to finish his Spencer. And it's a rebound coming the other way.
That's a move you want Spencer to take going forward and be able to make going forward. That little hop step floater in the key. He'd love to be able to make that as Connors proves he can make that as he knocks down his 4th or 5th three of the day.
Yeah, Grayson Collins, the coaches over here were yelling at the defense to step out on him.
Yeah, he's shot 10 three-pointers today, able to knock down 4 of them, which is about his percentage at that 40% mark.
Great up and under and the finish from Zigner. Any point you get from Ziegner, he gives you so much on the defensive end and effort, and when he can add points to the scoreboard, it really does a lot for the Knights offense.
Absolutely. He's an experienced basketball player. He's played at the college level at different places and is finishing his college career here at Southern Virginia. And now Ziegner with 7 points on the day as Olsen can't get that one to fall.
Ball transitions back down. I think they're going to call a charge right there. He tried to go Euro. Huggins just couldn't quite step with the second step of the Euro around the defense. Gets the charge call.
Yeah, you can tell Elliot Spencer has been playing basketball a long time. He knew that was coming. He saw the Euro step on its way, able to put his body in front of there early and take the contact and take a pretty big hit right there as his legs got off the ground. And take the contact. He doesn't care. Next play, moving on. Elliot Spencer, 15 points of the day, taking care of the basketball for the Knights.
Yeah, the freshman point guard triggering the offense for the Knights, swings it to the other side. And the great hand as McQuinn gets his hand on the entry pass. Shovel pass falls as number 1, Zach Moser, the senior from Hinesville, Georgia, Brunswick High School, is able to finish. That was Collins drawing a lot of attention, getting into the key, about free throw high, 15 feet, and then does a little shovel pass to his teammate who finishes, and now the Greensboro Pride are down by 15.
Yeah, just down 15. And you notice I said just. For a high-scoring team like this Pride team, they can get right back into it. Knights definitely can't be too comfortable, too lackadaisical on the defensive end and still need to continue to score. Marchant leading all scorers with 22, but Collins, after those couple buckets, getting back active, he has 18 on the day. Pretty even across the board. Lots of fouls in this game. Obviously, even more fouls in this second half. Who would have thought? Something significant, although a 15-point lead for the Knights, a lead in the rebounding column for Greensboro. That's something you don't normally see, especially at this level in this conference. 31 rebounds for Greensboro, 12 offensive rebounds given up by the Knights. Definitely something that has kept Greensboro as close as into it as they are, and something that the Knights need to limit going forward.
Yeah, both teams shooting a pretty decent percentage. The Knights at 54%, the Pride at 40%. Pride also shooting 40% from the three-point arc, which is 10% over their season average. And started out a little slow there, but have definitely picked it up. The Knights
need to get it across here.
Nice turnover from Collins, and then Barker hustling back, able to pick off the pass from Martinek Jenny.
Yeah, you love to see Barker there on that cover down, and not sure he ran that lane in an attempt to steal the ball, but right place at the right time, head up, and able to take that ball in transition, and then hard to the rack, but just can't get it to fall. Needs to use the left hand right there.
Martinek Jenny takes a quick three-pointer. They're going to need quick shots now. They don't want to milk the clock, given they're down by 15 and 3.5 minutes left. This is the kind of shooting that will get them back in the game. Great job from Grayson Collins. Dribble to his left, kind of hesitation, then pulls up right away.
Yeah,
doing his three-quarter press, trying to get some turnovers.
Can't go under the screen at all if you're the Knights, because Collins is going to make you pay. Devin Booker right there with the three over the screen, knocks it down.
Great job finding the open Moser. He can knock him down. He misses that one. Turnover there from Spencer off the pressure. The second time the Knights turned the ball over off that pressure. And Marchant draws the foul. Really not sure now's not probably the time. A little early to start milking the clock when you're only up by 12. So a great job to just stay in your offense, do what you do, don't lose the momentum. And Marchant is going to try to get this lead push to 14.
Yeah, I'm with you. You definitely don't want to milk the clock, but if you're the Southern Virginia Knights, you definitely want to move the ball around and eat up into each shot clock and make sure you're using every possession, because with only 2:51, these possessions are limited for both teams, and obviously a huge emphasis on making every possession count. And with both teams in the bonus, every foul count, because every foul can directly lead to 2 points, and both teams need to have that in their minds going forward.
The Knights are going to need, as Marchant misses the second, they're doing a great job defensive rebounding, but still, there's the 14th offensive rebound leading to a putback. The offensive rebounding for the Pride has been fantastic, and they said 14 of them on the afternoon. And the steal, ball coming the other way. Interesting play as the ball goes off of the leg of the Pride. That was McQuinn, right?
I believe it went off the leg of Collins. Collins got caught a little bit in the air and got the ball taken from Marchant, and it looked like it was out on Marchant, but the ref signaling that the ball actually fell off of Collins' leg on the transition attempt right there. So great play from Marchant, gets the ball back into the hands of the Knights.
Knights are struggling right now to get that ball up the court. This time they do better back and forth, redirecting the ball, getting the ball underneath, trying to find teammates, spinning, whirling, eventually traveling was Malachi Olson. The Knights still hold on to this 11-point lead with 2 minutes left, but the offensive side has been a little sloppy in the last minute and a half.
Yeah, quick shots, quick misses for the Knights, and Greensboro not done. Definitely not out of this game.
Feels like the Knights right now are really paying attention to the little details. They kind of got to, come back to doing the small things, and they'll be okay. But it's really the pressure of Greensboro that's caused the turnovers, and Knights get a block and able to get the ball back down, and defensive stops, really important for the Knights right now. The pump fake for Barker, and he goes to the right hand, finishes with the finger roll, the blocking call. He'll get a chance to go to the line for a three-point play as McQuinn staring in disbelief at the call. He thought he was going to get a charge call.
Yeah, it looked like that whole Greensboro team looked like they were expecting that charge call, but props to Barker for putting that shoulder down, taking the contact, and making sure he can finish. But the defensive effort on display from Elliott Spencer on the play before, able to get the block on Collins, back-to-back great plays on Collins in transition is exactly what the Knights need, as he was definitely looking to mount a bit of a comeback here.
Now, I think they're going to call it technical right here. So the thing is, when you look at the replay, he was set, right? Like, he was in great position. Problem is, both heels were inside the restricted arc. And once you're inside the restricted arc, there's no such thing as a charge. So you got to call a blocking play right there. Definitely heels inside the line, and the Knights will retain the ball for a foul shot off of the two technicals. Barker now trying to finish the N1. Big turnaround on this. This is a huge play. You talked about the block down here on the defensive end by Spencer, and then coming down, the finish from Barker, technical called, and the foul call as a blocking was just right because he was inside the restricted arc. And now you're talking a 4-point play, 5-point play, and almost putting the game out of reach.
Yeah, with Zigner coming in for Barker right here, and Barker getting a breather with 1:41 left. Compliments to Barker, who played an incredible game. We'll probably see a little bit more in this game, maybe not, but just props out to Barker for the way he played. And Zigner looking to seal the game with his defense, and does so right there, able to get the block, and then quick foul by Mertens. But what a block right there from Zigner. Incredible defensive play.
So getting stops on the defensive end with the blocks, the last two. 5-point play on the other end. This game basically now out of reach.
Yeah.
16-point lead for the Knights. It was down. I mean, it looked like the Pride were surging and had a chance to come back, and just, had they finished on that previous play, and the Knights had a chance. There was going to be single digits, and you had just under 2 minutes. It was going to be a great opportunity for the Pride, and just unfortunate for them how things played out. The Knights now subbing in a number of players. Sam Jex coming in. Silas Slaughter looking to come in, the Redondo Beach native from California. Sam Jex out of Layton, Utah, Layton Christian Academy, also in. Great job from the coaching staff getting as many players in as they can. Coach Canda Mesa, after that 5-point play, also kind of emptying his bench.
Yeah, you love to see Silas, getting into the game right here. Fan favorite, been around for a long time and works hard at practices for this Knights team. You love to see him getting involved here. Cade Herrick as well, controlling the ball for this night. Great time for him to be confident. And
Brandon Ziegler comes in for the Knights. Silas kicking the ball back out to Herrick. Big pick from Ziegler. Herrick unable to finish with the right hand. And Martinek Jenny, triggers coming down. 15-footer, doesn't fall for Mosser.
Get it to Silas! Get it to Silas!
Team cheering for Silas to get the ball. He's matched up right now. Yeah, against Jakai Belton. And the left-hand runner doesn't go. He goes over the back, fouls Jared Amrit, who's also subbed in, the sophomore from Douglasville, Georgia, will get a chance to put his name in the scorer's book with 1-1.
And that's a great take right there from Silas. Just can't get it to go, as the whole bench would have erupted on that bucket right there from Silas, but just can't get it to go. As Coach Wardenberg instructed his team, no shot, 25 seconds left after this free throw. Great game, great back and forth. Sizable victory here for the Knights, but great effort across the board for Greensboro as a huge block.
Big block underneath, bodies all over the ground. Foul coming. They're going to call a blocking foul.
And that'll send Jared Amrit, the sophomore from Douglasville, Georgia, to the free throw line.
Again.
20 seconds left.
Great job from the production staff today. Josh Bowen, Ruben Harris, Abigail Frenner, Paul Morrissey running the booth. Those guys doing a fantastic job, led by their faithful leader, Craig Reese. I'm Scotty Winterton here with Skylar Johnson, legend here at SVU on the football field and in the booth. Been doing this thing for a number of years as a student at SVU.
Yeah, a couple, different crews, but I've, remained here and enjoyed my time doing this. And
you had times where you were doing it from an iPad in the stands and
all by myself.
All by yourself. Jax with the steal. Great job from him getting himself into the scorer's book. That'll make Papa Jax proud.
Yeah, it's been a great ride, and with that, the Knights able to secure their first home win in January in this great year, and great back and forth between both teams. Leading all scorers, Connor Marchant follows his 23-point game against Pfeiffer with a 25-point game, along with his 3 rebounds on 8 of 16, able to knock down 3 3-pointers today. Elliot Spencer also getting it done in the scoring column with 17. Over there for Greensboro, of course, Grayson Collins got his thing early, 12 points in that first half, finished with 21 total. Christian Thompson came out of nowhere, comes up with 12 points on the day. Great game from him. And it was back and forth the entire game, but Knights able to get it done with that high-powered offense and 3-point bombs, and it was a great game.
Right, scoring nearly 20 points over their season average, 93. Got to be happy with that. 75 points is actually under the average scoring that the Knights give up. So overall, a really strong evening for the Knights. Got to be impressed with the players on Greensboro, those seniors, really impressive play. And hopefully, they can go out and work hard and make the conference tournament. The Knights put themselves in a really good position, getting this conference win. Looking over the schedule, the Knights will have a chance again to play at home on the 28th against Methodist. Join us. That game, let's check. That game will start at 7:30 p.m. on the 28th. That's Friday. And hopefully everybody out there can join us. We appreciate everybody that's given us time, both the Greensboro fans, the Knights fans. It's been a great evening. Everybody stay safe and God bless.
And go Knights.